Hello everybody. Since it's New Year, let's go over my favourite games of 2022. Games I actually played and enjoyed. Now some of these games aren't new games, so if you see me playing an old game a lot, it's because it's actually a classic game in my opinion and will be on my playlist for years to come. Because it's already been on my playlist for years. So yeah, you could consider it a massive recommendation if you see an older game on the list still being played. So let's get into it, shall we? Oh look, free older games. Who knew? Well, Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord. I've always loved that series. I don't like the Napoleon ones or any of the ones with guns in it, but I do like the traditional Mountain Blade ones with swords and shields and stuff. Warbands was the Engineering Guild's top game, I think is of 2010. Bannerlord, as you can see, is my most played game of 2022. So that would be my number one game for 2022, Mountain Blade Bannerlord. And it gets 26% of my time. So yeah, that's a massive recommendation for that game. If you haven't got it, go out and buy it. You won't regret it. No Man's Sky. That's improved a lot over the years since its original release, and this accounts for 20% of my time. So as you can see, 67 times played versus 69 of Mountain Blade, right? But I have spent a lot of time on that, making videos for that. I have enjoyed it. Again, a massive recommendation if you're into that kind of game. So yeah, and right down there, a measly 14% is Fallout 4. Now, personally, I love Fallout 4, but I wouldn't put it in the same category as Mountain Blade 2. Mountain Blade 2 is by far a much better game, but it is still an enjoyable game and it's still in my top three. So, these are the three games I played the most. Now, let's have a look at the stats. I played 22 games this year. Steam average is 5. I've unlocked 36 achievements. Steam average is 21. Longest streak is 11 days, average is 9. Remember, I have been working quite hard this year to pay for my channel and stuff like that. So, and I've been doing a lot of videos as well. So I've had less time to do the game that I'd like to do. And there hasn't been that many great games this year, let's face it. It's been a bit of a dull year when it comes to games. It tends to be the same old nonsense that we've always seen. Anyway, new releases. 23% of the games I played were new releases. The average is 17. 63% of the games I played were from the last 1 to 7 years. The average is 64. So basically, I'm playing the same amount of old games as you guys are playing, right? That's a good sign. That means 64% of you play games that are actually good and aren't just jumping on bandwagons of new hyped games, which is nice to see. Classic games, 14%. That's 8 or more years old. This would include, a lot of the Bethesda games. So yeah, but that's probably all Bethesda games, to be honest. So yeah, the average is 19%. So I'm playing less of them games than you guys are. It's interesting. Now, what games you played? Well, mech games. I'd love to know how they build this up because this seems to be customized for me because there is no shoot 'em up say RPG games listed. It's all based on things that I like to build, like base building, city building, mechs, open worlds, survival craft, that kind of thing. And if you notice, Medieval is right out there, and early access is too, because a lot of the games I played, even though they've been really good, were still early access. Because some companies like to keep games in early access a lot longer than they should be. But that doesn't mean they're not worth owning. It just means that they're not in early access anymore. Or they are in early access, they're not taking them out of early access, should I say. City builder games, this is basically my core gameplay dynamic there. It's only got Medieval this far because of Mountain Blade. And Kingdom Come Deliverance, because I played that a bit this year as well. Longest streak is these three, apparently. I did enjoy Vulcanoids. Vulcanoids was actually quite a good game. It never really grabbed me though. So would I recommend it? If it's on a sale and you want to pick it up and have a little bit of a play around, I would say yeah. Right. So anyhow, these is the breakup by month. The games I actually played. So Space Haven. I did enjoy Space Haven. Right, honestly, I did. It's a simple game, right? Very cheap. I did enjoy it. Also, Valheim. I really did enjoy that. That was a good game, right? I didn't play Soviet Republic very much because it was a bit clunky. But Valheim and Space Haven definitely two games I do have fond memories of. Um, March. Now, March. I didn't think I don't think I had any holidays in March, so this was being squeezed in between my shifts. But here, I mean, Kingdom Come Deliverance is a classic for me. Surviving Mars is a classic. Warhammer Total War 1 and 2 were both listed as you can see, but I don't think I would have played that one. I probably just loaded it up and quit it. Oh yeah, there we go. Gloomhaven, Arena and Daggerfall in April. I can't believe Daggerfall was played in April. I thought it was later than that. But anyhow, Daggerfall, yeah, that's left me with some good memories. I've only got into it a little bit, but that was really enjoyable. I would recommend playing Daggerfall. Fallout 4, Bannerlord, Doom, Gloomhaven, and Oblivion. So when I revert to Bethesda games, it's usually because there's nothing on the market that's worth playing. Right, so that's a sign. Gloomhaven, I never got into. I've seen the tabletop game, which is vastly expensive, one of the most expensive games I've seen. But it's basically a dungeon creation kit, which you can make as many dungeons as you like and play them on the tabletop. I didn't get that feeling from this, although it's probably possible. In June, two classic games side by side, BattleTech and Bannerlords. I'd recommend both of them. I really would. Both of them are excellent games, well worth it. In July, wow, July had a bit of a playfest in July. I remember me computer overheating a bit when I played this game, BattleTech. But there's Morrowind. June Spice Wars, that was an interesting one. I asked for my money back on that one because whilst it's an interesting idea, I didn't feel the game was ready for release. I felt there was too much. It wasn't polished enough and it wasn't user friendly enough for me. I will be going back to it, but I'm going to give it a bit of time to mature first, I think. Fallout New Vegas, you have to, don't you? You know, Fallout New Vegas is one of the best Fallout games. I mean, I like Fallout 3, but Fallout New Vegas is the one I keep loading up. But mostly because Fallout 3 stopped working for me. It's working again now, though. It is working again now. That was played on Game Pass, so you won't see it on this list because Game Pass was the one with the working version. Anyhow, August, Warhammer 3. I played that on Game Pass as well a bit before buying it on Steam. I did allow it to mature a little bit. I didn't want to buy that too early because I'm interested in Mortal Empires and that's only really been added and improved recently. City Skylines, always a game I recommend if you like city games. And of course Bannerlord and Kingdom Come are right down there as well. Here we go again with Oblivion. No Man's Sky. I mean, basically, this is a month where the only game that didn't get played was Bannerlord. Everything else on there is a game I love to bits. I mean, literally, it's a list of my favourite games there. I mean, why not Morrowind? I don't know if you noticed, but it keeps appearing. No Man's Sky. Yeah, this is when I actually did these videos for Daggerfall here, when I actually recorded them. I didn't play it properly in April, but I did in October. Right then, again, it's a list of classic games, except for this time, Bannerlords is there. I do find when you're playing Bannerlords, when they do a major update, it's best to start a new game. But this is one of those games where you take so long to get into, you wouldn't want to do that too often. But if you're playing a game and they've had several updates, you probably should just start a new game. And December, Fallout 4, BattleTech, No Man's Sky and Skyrim. And that's my games of 2022 according to Steam. Now, if we just switch over to my actual Steam account, you can see for real what I've been playing, which might not appear. Like, for instance, if you notice, Iron Harvest isn't actually listed in there, but I did get it. Neither is X4 Foundations, but I did get it. So that is actually a bit of an out-of-date list, you know, on that 2022 thing. But there's a lot of games here. Yeah. But yeah, this the games that it's got listed. I'm surprised actually there wasn't more listed there. These are all good as well, especially this one, War for the Overworld. If you like Dungeon Keeper, War for the Overworld, absolutely excellent, really good. Let's just look down the list here then. Now, is there a played option? No, didn't think there would be. Right, city games, just going down the list again a bit more, right? These are done to death, the I know ones. You've seen one, you've seen them all. A-Train's not that good. Banished, it's a really hardcore survival game. Too much survival, I think. And that's why it's not installed and not being played. They made it a bit too difficult to get anywhere. You work your ass off and then one winter bang, everybody dies. I didn't like it. Frostpunk is the same as Banished in that respect. I like the idea of the game, just like I like the idea of Banished, but it was just too difficult for a survival game for me to get into, so I don't play that. I would like to, but they made it too difficult. Game of Dwarves. Yeah, I haven't played that in a while actually. I've installed it again recently, but basically you're building a dwarven empire. But I love the idea of the Game of Dwarves. Jurassic World Evolution, that's basically Jurassic Park. It was a good game. There's a new one out, Jurassic Park 2 or Jurassic World 2. Would I buy it? Maybe. Planet Coaster. If you want a theme park theme game, right? Planet Coaster is by far the best one on the market right now. It's an older game, but it just can't be beaten. They've got so many add-ons and mods and stuff for it. You could customize it. There's a whole community out there making fancy parks and sharing them online and making videos of it all and giving people tours of the parks. It is more than a game. It's a community. It's a world. It's massive. It really is massive. Definitely worth it. Rise of Industry, that needed to mature. I should go back to that one, but I haven't. Surviving Mars, definitely one of the best city games I've ever owned. Transforming Mars, that's based on a board game which I own. Not a very good interpretation. Transport Fever. Tropico, don't bother with Tropico. The last ones have been crap. 2 Point Hospital, definitely worth it. If you like these kind of funny games, they're really good. They're releasing loads of packs which basically adds a new campaign every time they do it. So every time you see a DLC, that's another area you can do with new illnesses and stuff. So I like the way they're releasing the DLCs. War for the Overworld, that should be installed permanently. I don't know why everyone installed that. Of course, Morrowind, Fallout, indie games, not many installed on there. Bannerlords, Iron Harvest is currently new. I put a new section in, so I know where to find the new game. Dishonored is there still. And the rest of it are just old and old. Well, a lot of older games mixed in. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this little tour of my games list as well as the 2022 things. And I'm looking forward to seeing something improve, something good for the new year. I haven't seen anything on the horizon that makes me think, wow, yet. They're all looking a bit dull and boring, to be honest. Developers really, really need to start hiring people with a bit more imagination and stop letting people that, with the money decide what gets made. Because quite frankly, the people with the money will make something they think will sell. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a good game. It just means they can sell it easier. Sometimes good games require a bit of risk. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And when they work, they become classics. And people need to see a steady stream of interesting games. And we're just not getting that in 2022. So hopefully we'll get that in 2023. Right then, I'll leave it there. And you tell me what games you enjoyed during 2022. And we'll compare notes. See you in the next one.